Before we discuss Premack's principle, it is important to understand the foundation in which it was based upon.
Operant conditioning was proposed by Skinner in the 1930s. Skinner stated that experiences whereby behavior is weakened or strengthened by its consequences is referred to as operant learning, where the behavior operates on the environment. There are four types of operant conditioning: two that strengthen behavior and two that weaken behavior. Premack's principle falls under one of Skinner's type of operant conditioning, which is positive reinforcement.
In operant conditioning, positive reinforcement involves the addition of a reinforcing stimulus following a behavior that makes it more likely that that behavior will occur again in the future. When a favorable outcome, event, or reward occurs after an action, that particular response or behavior will be strengthened. For example, adding treats to reinforce getting good grades on an assignment. The relative value theory states that different kinds of behaviors have different values that determine the reinforcing properties of this behavior. Premack states that the reinforcement involves a relation between two behaviors, where one behavior is reinforcing to the other. This led Premack to make the following generalization known as the Premack principle. One can increase the performance of a low probability behavior by making the opportunity to perform a high probability behavior contingent upon it. In order to better understand the Premack principle, here is a real-world example of it in action.
A day doing whatever it is that David does.
David opens his laptop ready to start a 40-minute episode of Gossip Girl when suddenly he gets a message from his friend Skinner, who is currently working hard on his thesis. David is reminded of his thesis due in 2 days. Skinner appears worried that his friend's priorities are out of line and contemplates spoiling who Gossip Girl is. But decides that's kind of a crappy thing to do. Now David is faced with a choice. Oh my god, David has come up with an idea. If he works on his thesis for 30 minutes, then he can watch a 40-minute episode afterwards as a reward. David has just used Premack's principle. We love that for him. By using Gossip Girl as his reinforcer, he will work on his thesis to receive that valuable Netflix time.
In summary, the Premack principle involves the use of a high probability behavior, in our example, watching an episode of Gossip Girl, in order to reinforce a low probability behavior, which in our example was writing David's thesis.